Did you know that nearly 500 years before Columbus set foot in the Americas, Viking explorers had already reached its shores? These fearless seafarers from the cold north ventured across the Atlantic, discovering and even settling in parts of what we now call North America. But how did they accomplish such a feat without modern technology? And why is this incredible chapter of history often overshadowed? Stay with me, because in this video, we're going to uncover the fascinating story of the Viking explorers who defied the odds, crossed the vast Atlantic Ocean, and changed history forever. From their daring voyages to their mysterious settlements, this tale will reveal why the Vikings were not just warriors, but also explorers with a vision far beyond their time. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the history of their journeys is so important and why their story deserves to be told. Who were the Vikings? Let's start with who the Vikings were. The Vikings came from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They were known for their seafaring skills, raiding, trading, and exploring. While many people think of them as bloodthirsty raiders, the Vikings were also incredible shipbuilders and navigators. Their longships were marvels of engineering, designed to travel across open seas and navigate shallow rivers alike. The Viking Age spanned roughly from the late 8th century to the early 11th century. During this time, these Norsemen spread across Europe, reaching as far as Russia, the Middle East, and North Africa. But their most daring expeditions took them westward, across the Atlantic Ocean. The first steps westward. The story of the Vikings' journey to America starts with their exploration of the North Atlantic islands. Around the late 9th century, Norse settlers discovered and colonized Iceland, a volcanic island in the North Atlantic. From Iceland, they ventured further west and discovered Greenland, led by Eric the Red, a Viking chieftain known for his courage and charisma. Greenland, with its harsh climate and icy terrain, became a Viking settlement in the late 10th century. But the Vikings didn't stop there. They were driven by curiosity, the promise of new lands, and perhaps even survival, as resources in Greenland were limited. Leif Erikson, the explorer who reached America. Enter Leif Erikson, the son of Eric the Red. Leif is often credited as the first European to set foot in North America nearly 500 years before Columbus. Around the year 1000 AD, Leif Erikson sailed west from Greenland with a crew of about 35 men. They encountered a new land, which they described in their sagas. The Norse sagas, such as the Saga of the Greenlanders and Saga of Eric the Red, provide accounts of these voyages. According to these stories, Leif and his crew landed in a place they called Vinland. This name, meaning land of wine, was inspired by the wild grapes and lush vegetation they found there. Scholars believe Vinland is located in what is now Newfoundland, Canada. Life in Vinland. Vinland was a promising land, with its fertile soil, abundant resources, and milder climate compared to Greenland. The Vikings built temporary settlements there, the most famous being Lance Awex Meadows, a site in Newfoundland that was rediscovered in the 1960s. Archaeologists found Viking-style houses, tools, and artifacts, confirming that Norse explorers had indeed settled in North America. But life in Vinland wasn't easy. The Vikings faced resistance from the native peoples, whom they called Skrælings. These were likely the ancestors of the indigenous peoples of the region. Relations between the Vikings and the Skrælings were often tense and hostile, leading to conflicts that made long-term settlement difficult. Why did the Vikings leave Vinland? Despite the opportunities Vinland offered, the Viking presence there was short-lived. Several factors contributed to their departure. First, they were far from their main settlements in Greenland and Iceland, making it difficult to maintain a supply line. Second, their encounters with the Skrælings made it dangerous to stay. Lastly, internal conflicts among the Vikings themselves may have weakened their resolve to hold on to Vinland. The sagas tell us that the Vikings made multiple trips to Vinland over the years, bringing timber and other valuable resources back to Greenland. However, they eventually abandoned their attempts to colonize the area. Why was this history forgotten? For centuries, the story of the Vikings in America was forgotten or dismissed as a myth. The Norse sagas were seen as legends rather than historical accounts. It wasn't until the 20th century, with the discovery of Lance Aux meadows, that the world began to take these stories seriously. This archaeological evidence proved that the Vikings had not only reached North America, but had lived there, if only for a short time. How the Vikings' exploration changed the world. The Viking voyages to America didn't lead to the kind of colonization and cultural exchange that occurred after Columbus's expeditions, but they were a remarkable achievement in their own right. They proved that it was possible to cross the Atlantic Ocean centuries before anyone else attempted it. The Vikings' exploration demonstrated the incredible capabilities of their ships and their skill as navigators. Their journeys also remind us of the human drive to explore, to push boundaries, and to seek out the unknown. The Viking story is not just about reaching America. It's about the courage and determination it takes to venture into uncharted territory. So, the next time you hear someone credit Columbus with being the first European to reach America, remember the story of the Viking explorers. Their daring voyages across the Atlantic are a testament to their ingenuity and bravery. They were trailblazers, not just in their time, but in the history of human exploration. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from history that you might not have learned in school. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.